Good day, everybody, or good night, or good morning, whatever it may be. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Jason, and I am the gardener of the Yahoo and the Torah channel. I'm the proud gardener of it, and I thank you guys for spending some time with me if you're listening to this right now, and I thank you for being a part of the Yahoo and the Torah channel. And our only goal, my only goal, my family's goal, is that of the creators. His will is our will, and that is what we wish. And his will and his ways are that we should always keep the laws, statutes, and commands of our creator. And guys, our creator is a magnificent, magnificent being. He's an engineer of doom. Imagine the things he's created that we don't even know about. Imagine the spiritual domain that is amongst us that we can't even see because our optics are not tuned to that side of the world. But you know what? We are in a war of our lives right now. Not just a spiritual war, not just a physical war. We are in a complete war. Every facet of our lives and every facet of our beings are being torn at. We're being told what to do and what not to do. We're being locked away. We're being enslaved. We're the modern day Israelites. This is the modern day Egyptian slavery 2020. Right? When the world enslaved the world again, we are now slaves of the system. And we must keep our hearts, minds, and souls and body pure. We must understand that we are at such a level of a spiritual war that if you are not equipped with the words of our Creator, that you are not equipped at all. If you don't know how the prophets of old were able to wield their faith and the things that they were able to do because of their faith, then you won't know what you can wield today, because the power of our Creator is going to come even stronger. The Ruach HaKodesh is going to come up upon those who are in this, that are talking about this. Guys, we need to be speaking about Yah's laws. We need to be speaking about our Creator. We need to be telling everybody the real good news. We've had a lifetime of indoctrination. We live in churches, the feel-good churches that have the band and the tithing, and it's just a great... People are good. People are good. Christians are good people. Unfortunately, when you do not keep the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator, that can make you a dangerous person. You can do things that you wouldn't normally do if you did know the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator. And that is why it's imperative we pick up our Bibles today and we read our Bibles, and we begin at the beginning. We begin where it all started. You see, when the people of the New Testament were quoting scriptures, they weren't quoting other people in the New Testament. They were quoting what they knew, which is the Torah, which is the way forward, right? The Torah isn't a set of bondage. It's the way forward. It's the right way forward. It is what we should be doing. It's teaching, right? It is a teaching system. Our Creator knows us best because He's designed us. Guys, think about a human ear, the inside of a human ear, how it works and how the vibrations are able to take sounds and waves and bring them into audio that we can understand. How can you dismiss a Creator who is able to do things such as this? Why would you ever want to stick with this world? Right? We are told over and over that if we love this world, we're going to perish. This world is perishing right before our eyes. The world that we knew prior to 2020 is now gone. And those who have eyes can see. And those who have ears, you guys can hear, right? The writing is on the wall, what is happening right here. And if you guys read the Bible, not just the Torah, but all the way through to the very end, you will realize that this is prophecy is happening right before our eyes. And there is something that if you are able to see this, then you are able to praise our Creator because He has given you eyes to see and ears to hear, right? There's no other way. People are in a spell right now. They're in a spell with the Christian church. And I was as well. Folks, the first time that somebody told me my Messiah's name wasn't Jesus, I immediately said, this man is a demon. And I started recording with my phone because I'm like, man, people are never going to believe what this man is telling me. And then when this guy left, I started researching this. And I went forward and I saw that you're right. There was absolutely no way possible a Hebrew is ever going to be named a name that they had no name like this, right? And his name is Yahushua. Yahushua, like Joshua, Yahushua, with a Y. And guys, salvation begins at the cross. and what salvation does for you by you calling upon the name of the Son of the Messiah when you're praying to our Creator, Yahuwah, right? He says that is by acknowledging him, by understanding that he is the Son of the Most High. He is not the Most High. He is the Son of God, which the Bible says over and over and over. And yet we sit and listen to these doctrines of men. And when you research any point of it, like the Trinity, where did it come from? It came 300 years after our Messiah was long gone, at least 300 years after that, right? And these people decided that that our Creator and his Son are the same people, and they did it just like pagan stuff. There's all sorts of pagan entities where it's all three in one. It does all the same stuff. They followed the same stuff. Guys, why do we worship on a Sunday? It's because a change was made hundreds and hundreds of years ago. We didn't used to always worship on a Sunday. That is contrary to the 10 Commandments. And there's only one day of the week that is blessed. And if you're buying and selling and you're not keeping the Sabbath day, the seventh day, which to us today is Saturday, and that's even Saturn's day, we shouldn't even be saying stuff like that, right? We should be sticking to our Creator's naming, his schemes. And so when I talk about the beginning here, and when we are thinking about the beginning, where does the beginning start? The beginning has to start somewhere. And when Paul is quoting stuff, he's quoting mostly from the Torah. There's out of context stuff that everybody takes and everybody assumes it goes to them. First of all, Paul is talking to certain churches, and you do not have the two-way communication. You have a letter response to some problems that these churches were having, right? They had sent a huge letter, and we don't know what that letter said. So when you say that all food has been made clean, or Paul, you bring up Paul for your doctrine, that goes contrary to what the Torah is. That is why we must begin at the Torah. If we do not begin at the Torah, we won't know what's real and what's not. If you know from Genesis to Deuteronomy, like the back of your hand, you will understand when you're coming against stuff that's outside of the Torah. Because it is said, there's a law in the Torah that says anything outside of the Torah shouldn't be used, right? It's not, if it does not line up with the Torah, it's not real. It's not for you. So when we look at what the beginning is, right, and we define beginning, and it says it's the point in time or space at which something starts. So where did the Torah start for us, guys? And a lot of people, the Christians will dismiss the Torah. They're like, we have it, but we know it's there. We keep the 10 Commandments, but then they eat pork, and they also don't keep the Sabbath. And pork isn't actually one of the 10, but Sabbath keeping for sure, right? And so if you are saying that you at least think the 10 Commandments are good ideas, but you're worshiping on a Sunday, that is contrary to the Torah. So when you read the Torah and you read it over and over and over, it tells us all of this stuff. And this is very important for our walk. It is extremely important for our walk. This brings us to 1 John 2. And this is something very important. It's a two-step combo to make it to the kingdom, right? It's the breaking of the curse of the Torah by calling upon the name of the Messiah and using his blood and those stripes where we may be healed. Right? We are using his blood to heal us, to break the curse of the Torah, which is spiritual death, right? Prior to this, we didn't have, and we don't have Levitical priesthood now. People are always saying, Jason, where's your priesthood? You can't offer strange fire. I'm not a priest. I'm not a Levite. I do not know the ceremonial clingings, and I'm not in the land of Yisrael. And the people that are in the land of Yisrael, they do abortions. They do totally evil stuff that is contrary to the Torah. So those are not the people of God that you're looking for. The people of God are you guys. You guys are Yisrael. Right? You find a flag, pick a tribe, and start keeping the laws, statutes, and commands. You are Yisrael. You are Israel. There's no other definition for the people of God in the Bible. And you can call yourself a Hebrew, you can call yourself an Hebrew, but that all comes down to Abraham. And so when we hit, let's take a look at this. 1 John 2. Who is a liar but he that denies that Yahushua is HaMashiach? He is anti-Mashiach, that denies the Father and the Son. Whosoever denies the Son, the same has not the Father, but he that acknowledges the Son has the Father also. Guys, so it's a two-headed sword that we are after here. We must have the faith in Yahushua HaMashiach, and we must know the Father. We can't deny either. If you're picking the Son over the Father, that is the wrong doctrine, because the Bible does not teach that. It does not teach that you will become just like the Messiah and you will avoid everything that you ever learned prior. It doesn't work like that. Let me tell you why. Verse 24. Let that therefore abide in you, which ye have heard from the beginning. If that which ye have heard from the beginning shall remain in you, ye also shall continue in the Son and in the Father. Guys, so what is the beginning? Well, the beginning is the Torah, right here. If you look at the very top here, under Torah, it's instruction, right? Torah doesn't mean bondage. It doesn't mean shackles. It doesn't mean chains. It means instructions. It means the way forward. So why? It's like basically your Creator stamping a great advice document to you and saying, here, read this. You will have an increased life. And why do I say that? Because you will eat the right foods. You will not do evil things. When you do evil things, you will know that you are outside of the Torah. It will hurt you to do evil things, because you know that our evil things really upset our Creator, right? Really upset our Creator. If we are living in sin and continuing in it over and over and over and over, and we're not getting out of it, then we are not where we need to be. And you won't know where you need to be because you don't read the Torah. If you read the Torah, you will know what the right way forward is. And so here it is, guys. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And I hope and pray that you guys can find the beginning, because when you start reading the beginning, and the beginning is something to cherish. It is something to hold very, very dear. There is nobody who can tell us how we are made up and what works best for us other than our designer. And when you look at a human being, it is perfect. When you look at nature, it is perfect. When you look at animals and the entire setup, our ecosystem, it is perfect. The only thing that destroys us is man. The only thing that dots out the sun is man. The only thing that destroys our environment is man, right? Our Creator has given us enough land for all of us to multiply and be fruitful. And we are being chiseled away one day at a time. And I don't see any way out of this, but I do see that we can equip ourselves with the tools necessary, that we know right from wrong, and we will be walking with our Creator. If we are doing what our Creator says and we are walking as He wants us to walk, He will bless us. He will bless your life. He will walk after you. The guardian angels, the angels that are around you, the seraphim, they will be all around you more, right? The spiritual protection is what we need. And when you are walking with our Creator, He walks with you in all things. Guys, I hope this works for you. I hope that you have a great day, and much love to you. I'm out.